Welcome back to a new No, I don't like that.
You want to do a cold open?
Cold open? I always try to do cold opens, but you don't fucking let me.
No, I mean, if it's not good, I'm not going to let you, you know?
No, because I like it when I like it when it's a cold open and it's normal, and then he's like, "We're not gonna put that in. Don't do that." I have to fight him on it.
No, it's like
you don't like it.
If your energy's low, I'm not gonna let it continue.
My energy's not low though.
Yeah, no, your energy's
full
good.
ADHD.
Right now. You're good.
I'm full ADHD right now. Like I'm set.
I got you. You're good.
All right. Okay, welcome back to a new episode of the Heavy Breathing Podcast. We're filming here at Oak Street Cafe and Ernie's Cigar Lounge out here in Bonner Springs. Go check them out. One of the best places out here. So let's get into the show. Welcome back. A new episode of Heavy Breathing Podcast. I'm your host, Jakey Flaky. And today we have a special guest, a comedian. I saw him at a live show. It was the 420 show, right? The one we went to? Yeah. That was a funny ass show. You were the last one up, right?
Yeah, I was the headliner of that show.
Oh shit!
I know.
We're doing it big out here. I'm getting a little excited. All right, get off my boner. But so I saw him. He was hilarious. We had Cole Fletcher on. We had him. We were talking. I think we brought you up last episode. I think.
Really?
I think so. We were talking about all kinds because we talked about. Oh, what's that guy's name? He thought it was Gay Perry.
Gabe Perry.
He thought his name was Gay Perry
the
whole time. So every time we talked about the comedians, he was like, "What about that Gay Perry guy?" And I was like, "I don't think that was his name, dude."
I thought
that's all.
They said it so much like that. It sounded like
everyone was high at that show,
and they said it fast too. You know?
Yeah. You said what?
They said it really fast every time they said it. Because they said it like 6 times that night, I feel like.
Yeah, he is not a traditional comedian, and so, but I love what he does. And so, but right before the show, he had his bits, and he was like, "Hey, I got an idea to split it up in between the sets." So really, like, we came up with it right before the show.
Nice.
And so it just played into like the 420 stoner percent.
It worked. Well, he caught me off guard when he played the song.
Sweet.
Yeah. And he just stared at us. I was like, "Oh shit,
Let's not
going
give
down."
away his bits, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. You're right. That's why I keep him around. All right, let me introduce our guest today. His name is Mick Rice Hall.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it for coming on.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I hit you up randomly, some random dude in your DMs. You know?
It happens more often than none.
Nice. I wish I was cool like that. You know what I mean?
I'll take a compliment when I get a compliment.
That's what I'm saying. We had a TikTok blow up, and then me and my homeboy, we were getting hit up left and right, and they were saying we look cute, we look good. I was like, damn. I was like, you know what? I felt good.
Yeah.
And the girl I was dating at the time, I told her, I was like, you know what? Like, if this fails, I got backups. They're in my DMs right now. Like,
funny.
I got backups for sure. So, how long have you been doing comedy?
So this June, 9 years.
9 years.
Been doing it 9 years. Yep.
Would you start like right after high school or like?
I started when I was 21. I did I did a little bit in high school, but like I stopped because I didn't think I could go out to the bars and the open mics until 21. And so, like my English teacher, she's a stand-up comedian. She actually she's a national touring headliner. You know, she's going around all over now. She just recently quit her teaching job.
That's dope.
To do comedy. So, but she's my comedy mentor, and me and her did we made the stand-up club in high school, and we just kept doing shows. And I got a buddy, Lynn Navertil, and me and him, he was my freshman when I was a senior, and we both have been doing comedy. He's in the comedy scene, and it's going really well for both of us. So
dope. That's tight.
It's so cool, you know, and just to see like your comedy mentor, somebody who taught you, you know, it's like they're succeeding, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know that.
So, you know, it's like, it's really like, it's more, you're seeing it now. It's like, wow, it's really achievable. Like,
yeah.
It's like, just seeing it that close.
People say it's like what is it? Not a sprint or not a race, but it's a, I don't know.
It's a marathon.
Marathon. Yeah, it's a marathon. So it's like when I first started, somebody told me, and I didn't believe it at first. They told me it takes 5 to 10 years to find your comedy voice, to find yourself as a comedian. And then it takes another 10 to 15 to network and monetize your way to be able to make it.
So that makes sense.
You know,
because like every time I watch like podcasts or see like comedians talk about it, and I see how long it took them, then I'm like, because I kind of want to get into it, and then I'm like, damn, I was like, I really need to get started on this shit. Like, why am I holding back? You know, but no, that's cool. Just seeing like, I mean, just kind of knowing the time frame, you know, and seeing that, like, that's really interesting. I never like kind of thought about that in the sense, like, because I always thought like, well, if you're good, maybe you'll get picked up really fast and it'll just get going. But or if it's like you need to take I really didn't know how to kind of look at it, you know. Mm-hmm. But I mean, hearing that of your teacher and her taking that leap of faith, like that's like makes me encouraged more too, you know.
Yeah,
that's gotta be cool though. What's her name?
Her name's Andrea Kaspari.
Andrea Kaspari.
Yeah.
All right.
You should look her up. She's great.
Killing it out there. That's dope. That's dope. So like, have you got to do like, have you got to go perform with her or anything?
Yeah, we do shows all the time, man. I mean, we would do like these small gigs and stuff. Like we did a zoo.
A zoo?
We went to the zoo and we did like 3 shows for people. They were doing like a Steins and Vines, I think it was called.
Just imagine there's like fucking gorillas fighting in the background. Y'all are telling jokes. They're fucking gorillas snapping each other's necks and shit.
Yeah. No.
That'd be tight. Like animals getting it on. Like, wait, so was it like, were there like enclosures behind it or like?
No, I wish that's what I thought was going to happen.
That would have been tight. Having a giraffe in the back.
Vestibule, man. It was like
it was in a what?
Like I think you call it a vestibule. It's a big freaking cover, but it's open.
Oh, okay.
No
I get
AC,
you.
just fans. So we had to perform sweating and all kinds of stuff. It was really uncomfortable.
Dope, but
it was cool.
That's interesting because like to do it. I never thought you could do a comedy show like at a zoo. That's like the last place I would have thought to do some like cool shit like that.
I love doing like indie shows and doing like, you know, I've done one at a tattoo shop and I got a tattoo. I had the audience vote on a tattoo. I picked 3 different tattoos.
That's bold.
Right.
That's bold.
So I did like a hot dog one. I said one that I was going to either do like a tramp stamp that said no refunds or something. And then another one I put thick with the THICC and then AF in like a really nice lettering. Well, the audience voted for that. And then I asked them, where should I get this tattooed? And they were like, your ass.
So you got that written on your ass.
It's on my ass. I got it tattooed because of comedy. And so...
I mean, that's a story. You know, every good tattoo has a story.
And I think it's a great one.
See, I got mine when I was 18. And I got mine because I was so like an emotional 18-year-old, and I was like really into this Leonard Skinner song, "Simple Man." And I was like, I really like this lyric. I don't know why I got into it, and it wasn't even like the Leonard Skinner version; it was the Shinedown version of it. So then I really got into it, and then I got the tattoo, and it was like last minute thing. I caught the guy out in his car, and I was just going in there just to get like. To find out like how much the pricing was, and I didn't know at the time. He's like, "I'll give you this all with shading, 300 flat," and I was just like, "All right, cool, I'll take it." And he did it. It came out good, but then I went to a Leonard Skinner concert, and I was like, "Wow." I'm the only Mexican here. I was like, there's a lot. I was like, there was a lot of Confederate flags here. Like, I honestly thought I only saw 2 other Mexicans there, and I knew them. Out of the whole Sprint Center, like it was crazy. And like the fact that they even put, like when they were doing a Sweet Home Alabama, they put a Confederate flag up on the jumbo screen, and then everywhere I look, Confederate flag, everywhere. Oh, sure. And I was like, holy shit, I'm in the wrong place right now. I was like, I love this music, but what the hell? And it was a game changer, and all just because I got a fucking tattoo.
I just see Confederate flags. I'm like, what a bunch of losers. You know what I mean? Like, you lost the fucking war.
I know. Get over it. Jeez. Like fucking, done. You lost. Let it go. Jeez.
Really hanging on there, aren't you?
I know. Sore loser. Get over it.
Hey, you show me your tattoo, I'll show you mine. I'm just kidding. You don't have to see my ass. Only if you want to.
Well. And there's mine. Don't threaten me with a good time, all right? No, okay. So, I seen you have your own podcast, right? Or you started one up?
We just started one, yeah.
Okay, what's it called?
It's so I got one that's called Trash Can Material.
Okay, what do you guys talk about on there?
Oh, like anything. I got like a couple segments that I do, like Would You Rather, and then we talk about some news stories. It kind of like whatever comes up.
No, current shit.
I kind of do a couple current things and try to keep up. We did one episode so far, and I think it's fun. I honestly think doing podcasts has helped me like on stage, like to write and like be more off the cuff. You know,
see, that's what like, because before I kind of want to try to get on stage again. Some of the shit I say on here, I write down. So I'm like, if it works on here, then I'm gonna definitely. Because I went to go see Bad Friends, their podcast thing live or whatever when they were here, and some of the stuff Bobby Lee was saying, I heard him say it on the podcast before. Like that's how much I pay attention. I'm like, so that is a tactic you can use, and so that's what I. So I say stuff on here and I'm like, well, it made them laugh. Let's see if I can make a crowd laugh with that. Yeah. So, it's definitely like, it helps so much.
I think if you take stuff here, cause it's the real, it's like, none of this is scripted, So it's like, you're real, it's you. So I think if you take that, like that's the trying to be genuine on stage. That's like the biggest thing.
Oh, I know. I get weird on this podcast. I be saying too. You can ask him. He has to cut so much stuff out. I'm like, damn, I want to use that someday. I feel like people should know that about me. Yeah. I don't know. He had a podcast too, and I always wonder like if they got like I didn't really watch it, but but I watched. He had a really hot girl on. I kind of watched that one. That one was cool, but like I never like really like watched it. But did you guys ever get like deep or actually tell stuff?
Yeah, I've cried on there.
Really? What a pussy! You cried on your show? What a bitch! No way, bro. No, you would never catch me crying on the show. Why?
I was talking about my brother.
Damn it! Now I feel like an asshole. Yeah, now I feel bad. Yeah. Don't. Damn it!
Don't cut that out. Don't cut that out.
I didn't know that's why you cried. I thought it was like over, like you guys got into like a sensitive topic.
I would never. I'm not a bitch, dude.
Yeah, I feel bad. That's like I had my brother on here, and he maybe a couple weeks before we were at a funeral, and he had the speak or whatever, and when he was talking, he started crying. And me and my whole family were laughing our asses off at it because we were like, "Why you crying? Stop being a bitch, dude!" Like,
that's wild.
Like my family's ruthless. We
assholes.
We don't care. We do not care. But
don't ever change.
That's how I see it.
Yeah,
that episode was hell because
we need people like you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
It's like there's too much.
But like. Watching you guys, because like comedy, watching like how you guys did it, you did it with so much ease and all that. Like, when did that just start coming where you just kind of got comfortable more? Was it just repetition of doing it? Or do you think like when you started it, you already felt really comfortable?
No, I say that's something you do got to learn to get up there. You got to get past the jitters. It's just like with anything, really. Like it's, you got to, like the more you do it, the more comfortable you are with it. I feel like I haven't really even gotten funny until like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Like before that, I knew I wasn't confident. Now, like if I go up on stage, like I used to think about the show all day at work. There's nothing else I could really focus on.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's not even a thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a show. So it's like killing the nerves and like finding yourself as far as like there's just
getting in that zone.
Yeah, there's barriers that we put up in our heads to try to protect us, and you got to break those barriers. If you're not uncomfortable, you're doing something wrong, right?
Yeah, so, I get that. I get that.
Eventually, it's all like it quiets down. I think
that's kind of how I felt. Like how I feel like when I do the podcast. Like, I'll think about it all day. What am I going to do? How am I going to approach this? How can I make my producer happy? Shit like that. Because he's always on my ass. Anyway, this is just me. I vent. I can get my shit out because I'm afraid to tell him in person. But I, coming up with, shit on the spot or just thinking about it, I don't know. When I went on stage the first time, I was like, ooh, this is kind of nerve-wracking, but then I did it and I was like, this is kind of like you get loose with it, you know? And that's what I want to do more with even the show and stuff like that, because that's kind of interesting, just learning that stuff and getting out of your own way, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I would say like I'm just an example because everybody progresses differently.
Yeah.
So like in like Kansas City, so the comedy scene is so great. We have an open mic that you can do in KC 7 nights a week. You can do one, and there's multiple open mics during some nights. I can send you a list, dude.
Please.
So like there's some out in Lawrence around here and a couple other places. So there's so much stage time. And then I'm in a group of like 16 or more producers that produce shows in KC. And so it's like we have like a local show on top of like two comedy clubs. And another guy was asking me, how did like these people that have been doing it 3 years, they're just as good as you guys that have been doing it like 8 or 9. And it's like, well, the scene is so good. Like you can literally get so much stage time, and that's literally 10,000 hours is what some people say.
Damn. So like because like when I was going around looking at some of the comedy stuff around here, like on Instagram, I was just going down like a rabbit hole of stuff, and I'm starting to realize like, holy crap, like a lot of improv stuff is here.
Yeah,
I just found out, and like I just kept searching and searching. So like if people who watch are from the city, like if you look up the comedy stuff here, like you find one comedian, look at someone they tagged, and you just go down a hole.
Yeah,
and that's literally what I did, and I've been finding like I've been following and finding more stuff and I'm like, damn, like I am like, for someone who's loved comedy his whole life, why am I now just seeing this shit? Like kind of pissed me off, you know, like what the fuck have I been doing?
Dude, if it's a time to get into comedy, like if you want to do comedy, right now is the time in KC. Like
I see it's building up. I'm seeing a lot of shit.
There's no like stonewalling from the clubs all the way down to the open mics. There, nobody's trying to be in your way. Everybody's really uplifting and helpful.
That's good. Because like, you know, when I watch like those podcasts of like the older comics, when they talk about how it was such a rival back in the day, and they say now a lot of new comics around everywhere, they're all really helpful and stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to hear like that's actually like real stuff. Like they weren't just kind of bullshit, you know.
Shoot, and I don't know if that's different because I've never really stayed in another scene like long enough to really see how it is with the seasons changing and whatnot. But I don't know. I think when I go out of town, it's so much easier to do comedy.
Yeah.
Like my joke.
I bet.
I don't know what the deal is, but I feel like when people say they're out of town, something in the audience's head that's like, whoa, this guy must be good because he's traveling. Like, I don't know if that's the difference or what it is, but
it's a weird boost.
Yeah. Because some of the crowds in KC are hard to please every once in a while.
I bet. I feel like that's something I can kind of get, and I understand that. So like, because you travel, like, where have you gone? Like, what's the funnest place you've gone so far that's been out of town that you've done?
Oh, Centralia, Kansas.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a place.
Centralia, Kansas.
Is it Central Kansas?
No, it's kind of, it was actually not too bad. It was from Gladstone. It was like an hour, 2-hour drive, maybe.
I've never heard of this place.
Centralia is a small town. They do a lot of sports. They're like, I think they were really good football players, like the high school or something.
I believe that. You know, them kids who played in the haystacks and did that shit. They're always doing something with sports.
Golly, man. It's like, so I went out there. There was 200 people, and like all my jokes hit. You know, there was maybe one that didn't hit. And like besides that, you know, it was one of the best. I killed it for like 20 minutes, and they were 200 people, and they were so receptive. It's like when you go to these small towns, they don't have that much entertainment, you know.
Yeah,
you don't have all this
they're just
stuff
looking. They're wanting something.
Yeah, so anything that comes through is like they're really happy that you're here doing.
I bet you were walking around like you're the big dick in the room, dude.
It makes you feel like that, but
you're like, watch out.
And then you come back here.
2 seats for me.
Do a local show, and then they bring you back down.
humble. But shit, when you're out there, where was it?
Centralia, Kansas.
Man, when he walks in Centralia, Kansas, he was walking around. He's like, I need a chair for me and a chair for my dick, because that's how big I feel right now. That's crazy. Damn it. I want to go visit. I don't even want to go on stage. I just want to walk around just with that kind of.
They were cool because there's a bunch of people that came up to me after the show because I do a lot of stoner stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, obviously. And they were coming up. They were asking me like, so is that a bit or are you really high? And I'm like, what kind of question is that? You know? I'm like, yes.
I feel like those are the places where you'd get like the weirdest fucking questions.
It was a weird question. They were like, is this an act?
So like the people who come up to you, like I'm pretty sure a bunch of people come up to you after shows. Did they ever hit you with like some really weird questions?
Oh man, if they do, I forget about them. I try to block that out. I don't know. Man, one guy, I did like a little small set in my hometown and some guy came up after me and he was just like, it was weird comments, mostly weird comments, not weird questions.
He was definitely hitting on you.
Yeah, I think he was hitting on me, but it's all right. So he ended up asking or telling me, he's like, man, I'm so glad you're here. Man, it was so boring. I came up to watch my my buddy's band, and that was... And I'm like, what? I'm like, geez. It was an impromptu little 10-minute set that I did at my cousin's bar, and that's what he told me. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I came through.
Let me buy you a drink. We can head back to my place, and we can talk a little more comedy. What do you think, man? That'd have been some shit. That'd be weird. Damn it. I want to experience shit like that. I want to experience weird people like that.
I think the interactions between people, like that's like the talking to comedians and the, before and after shows, like the shows are cool. Everything's cool. But what I live for is the weird people. Yeah.
I would fucking love that because I always say I thrive in awkward moments. Mm-hmm. I've said that for years and I really love it when an awkward opportunity is brought to me. Because I get excited. I'm like a kid on Christmas. I light up because I love it. Because I'm like, this can go either good or bad, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready for shit to get weird. And that's what I want. And I find myself in these situations quite a bit.
You like cringe comedy?
Sometimes I do. But sometimes... I just find myself in cringy moments.
Yeah,
in myself, and I'm like, oh, why the fuck did I do that? Like, oh, I need to leave. Like when I get drunk, I like to dance, and sometimes I feel like I'm going a little too hard, and then when I feel like people are dancing or staring at me, I cringe.
Uh-oh.
That's when I cringe. But also, I still thrive in those awkward moments. Why you stare?
I feel like you don't care. Like,
you think so?
We've seen you dance with like 80-year-old ladies at the club before, like. You don't care.
Yeah, that was true.
Hey.
I was just like, she's
they need
cool.
loving too.
That's what I said. I'll knock some dust off her. I don't care. I like to clean her up a little bit. Something nice. My flashcard, son of a bitch.
All mixed up now.
I know. Now we're fucked.
Interview.
Now we're fucked.
Start over.
Start it over. Hold on. We can edit. It's all good.
Take subsection C of part A.
Yeah. It's like, I wish I would have took notes in school, and I probably would have not cripped my whole fucking card. I didn't get straight C's. Maybe I would have got B's if I flashcard it.
Yeah. Too late.
Shut up, dude. Anyway. So, I'm sorry. I don't know why. It's because you're taking Mark's spot. I got to mess with you more. You know what I mean?
Mark's still here.
I know, but Mark, but Mark's not on the mic. And Mark, I love Mark. Don't get me wrong. Mark tries to throw in little jokes, and I hate him. I hate him with a passion. No. But he hates me too. We love it. It's a love-hate thing, and he bullies the shit out of me, and I bully the shit out of him. So he's usually on the mic. But Esai's been on the mic lately.
I'm Switzerland. I'm in between.
Neutral.
Yeah, now, no hate for anybody.
Now I'm getting mad at him. I don't know why. Maybe I just don't like people behind the mic talking shit. I don't know. I'm dumb. Anyway, let's keep going.
What an asshole.
Fuck you, bro. Anyway, so with your comedy, have you? So I read your bio, and you said you write as well too, and have you done any sketches or have you tried doing any other show kind of stuff, how they do the improv stuff? Mm-hmm. Have you tried any of that? Have you tried bringing your comedy into anything else? Have you ever done acting or anything?
I've done a little acting with some friends, nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. I did improv in high school, and that's what I started with was improv. And like I wanted to dabble just to like see if it would kind of complement the comedy or whatever. I do write sketches. I've got a lot of sketches written.
Nice.
I'm like trying to get the equipment and all the equipment to do it and find the time. But I also, before I wrote comedy, I wrote poetry. So I'm working on a poetry book.
Oh, you the slam poetry?
No,
like
no
21 Jump Street, like
No
Christina, like shit like that.
We actually got a poetry roast battle coming up.
Shut up.
No.
Where?
Oh man, I gotta find it. The info.
Now poetry doesn't have to be all rhyming, right? I feel like that's a rap battle.
No.
I feel like that's where I get mixed.
let him explain it.
Yeah.
I do Charles Bukowski. If you ever look up Charles Bukowski, like there's a way to twirl the words around to still make them like seem poetic. And he doesn't rhyme. He rarely rhymes. Like I don't like.
So poeming doesn't have to be rhyming.
It does not.
See, I'm basic when it comes to poems. So I always thought, I figured you have to rhyme. That's what I always thought. And then I started reading
not
more.
Like every other, there's a rhyming scheme that you can do on.
But the rhyming more comes back to just the topic of it, but it doesn't rhyme. But yeah okay.
I got some on Instagram. I post some on Instagram with photos every once in a while.
Okay.
But,
I'm about to check it out.
I do that. I write that. I actually have a positivity book that I'm writing.
Oh shit!
And then I got a novel that I'm writing, but I haven't really told too many people that. So
you got any positive knowledge to drop on me right now?
Positive knowledge.
God knows I need it. Jesus Christ.
Go to Missouri and buy yourself a joint.
Yeah.
That's positive.
That's positive.
You hit him.
Yeah, no.
He's been trying to get me to smoke so much lately. He says
what do you think? Like truly, like do you? Okay, obviously everybody's different, but do you think overall marijuana is like helpful for your mental?
For my mental, yes. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I didn't have marijuana, I would go back to all the other drugs that I've done in my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I quit drinking, so that's true. I quit drinking. It'll be 5 years in November that I quit drinking.
Nice, congrats.
So
I started.
But everybody's got to have something, I think. Right?
Yeah, a vice.
So,
I think everyone needs a little bit of their own poison.
I'm my own. I've been smoking weed since I was like 13, 14. So
see, I used to smoke a little bit. I wasn't always too big on drinking. Is where I'm there, you know. But smoking, everything was cool up until I freaked out on an edible, and then after that, I think I smoked some, and then I started getting paranoid, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna chill out for a little bit.
Dude, it'll freak me out sometimes. Like I feel like I'm seasoned. Like I took some of this stuff. It's called FICO, right?
That just sounds dangerous.
It's basically like really concentrated stuff, and like you can eat it, and it's like half a grain of rice is the dosage, and I usually do like 2 pieces of rice.
Is it like the Rick Simpson oil?
Rick Simpson oil, yeah. They call it FICO here, but yeah, it is Rick Simpson oil, and that stuff's for cancer patients.
Yeah, it's fire.
And I did me a little 2 grains of rice right before I came in here.
Oh man, wow. That's crazy.
I
love that stuff. I'll take that and then I'll work, dude. I'll be stoned and I can work circles.
See, if I take one of those,
you're done.
I'm fucking.
You're sleeping, bro. You ain't waking up until tomorrow. Maybe the next day.
I'm out. Like I cannot. Like I don't knock weed. I don't hate it. Like I get it because I've done it before and it's cool. It's fine. I don't know. It was never really my go-to. Because when I'm drunk, I'm not like an angry drunk. I don't get in my feelings drunk. I'm happy. I want to party. I want to hang out, But, I mean, other than that, I'm kind of basic when it comes to anything. Like, I've only drank and smoked weed. I ain't done nothing else. I don't do no psychedelics. Because if weed's fucking me up like this, dude, I can only imagine
I'm
what
telling
that shit's
you,
going to be.
So, like, if you're freaking out on a drug, there's something inside that you got to work on.
I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to admit it. I don't want to admit it.
But Jake, I truly think, because after you said it, I've never thought about even telling you to do it. But you should definitely do like mushrooms or acid.
That's what everyone. Do mushrooms.
Yeah,
acid is not the same as it was. Like it's a lot of it's real fake, and it's not as good as it used to be.
I don't know, man. I feel like because I have bad anxiety,
that'll kill
like
it. It's an ego killer too. So you're just gonna feel like Wow, I'm the same as that tree over there. You know?
Like I don't know if I can do it, man. I feel like I'm a freak. I took an edible. I was in my underwear, ended up in my parents' bedroom, freaking out, saying there was a fucking huge ass spider in the corner. If that edible fucking does that to me, imagine what a mushroom's gonna do.
How old were you too?
21. Like, I'm not afraid to admit that. Like, I was freaked the fuck out, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm not doing that shit. Yeah, I'm good.
Edibles are so like.
I'm gonna do coke.
No, okay.
Let's do coke. Let's get crazy. I said I like to party and have fun.
But edibles,
I don't want to discover something.
If you don't know the amount you're taking, or especially if you don't understand the amount you're taking, an edible could really like ruin your night.
Yeah. Well, see, when I cut the edible. So like my cousin gave it to me and he gave me like half a sheet. So he took
half a sheet?
Himself?
No, he bought it from someone and he's like that edible put me on my ass the night before. He's like it's really good, just try it. So when I did it, I didn't know exactly how to cut it. So I cut a piece that I know I would eat. I'm a big boy, so when I cut it half, ate one half, and I was chilling with friends and I was like, all right. 2 hours went by or so, nothing. And I was like, all right. I was like, are you guys feeling high? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, I was like, I think I'm good. My friend's like, just do it. Just eat the other side. Just eat the other half. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, just stop being a pussy. Just eat it, dude. You'll be fine. He's like, it's not even working. And I was like, fuck it. Let's just try it. I ate it. They ended up leaving. I'm getting tired, so I go and lay down. I close my eyes. I'm seeing geometry. I did geometry.
That could have been a mushroom edible.
Like I was seeing those shapes.
Oh yeah.
When my eyes closed, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I was listening to Santana because I figured,
Nice.
I was like, I might as well go into this right. And then Santana hit a chord, and that was it. I freaked the fuck out, and everything was like.
It was the B note.
Yeah, it literally, I freaked out so bad. That's when I ran upstairs, and it was a horrible night for the rest of me. It was horrible, and that's why I can't do it.
So one of the rules of edibles is as soon as you start talking shit on it, that's when it's gonna.
I fucked around.
This ain't fucking working. This is bullshit. This is weak. Yep, you're done, bro.
And I learned my lesson. And now anytime I smoke anything, I'm like, I haven't felt it yet, but I'm not going to knock it because I don't know when it's going to hit.
Right.
And
dude, depends on the application, like what kind it is, your metabolism. Like it really depends on like they got drinks. I like the sodas. James Lemonade. Those are fire.
They make drinks out of it now?
Yeah, they make drinks. So at my wedding, we had a 3,000 milligram cake. Not the wedding cake. So we kept the actual wedding cake, and then we had the other cake at our head table. And Grandma was like, why is everybody going to get cake at your table?
You say 3,000 milligrams?
The whole cake was 3,000 milligrams. It was probably like a 12-inch cake, and it was probably like 4 inches tall.
So what was what was like a small serving? Like how many milligrams do you think that was?
Dude, I don't know.
It had to be like 250.
I don't know. This same chick that we got.
Sure, you were at a wedding. Is the question.
It must have been mine or something, you know.
Yeah.
But we did a pumpkin pie. She did a pumpkin pie, and I would just do a regular slice of pumpkin pie and get fucked, bro. She used to do baked potatoes, lemonade. She could literally make anything. Yeah, she knew how to infuse everything, and she could make anything. It's like I like to get like this root beer and then get high off of root beer floats, you know.
That's kind of cool.
Isn't that
I
cool?
like that. That's dope.
So like
just come up with fun
people
ways.
with their gallbladder taken out, they can't actually metabolize gummies or chocolates the same way. But the liquid metabolizes differently. It goes through the liver or something like that, right? So like people without gallbladders, that's why like people, I take these edibles, a bunch of them, I can't feel them, you know? And so ask them. If they say they can't feel them very well, ask them if their gallbladder's taken out. Right?
Breaks it down different, huh?
Yeah.
You guys have like, I don't know. I'm getting.
There's a science.
I'm getting like low key like convinced to try it.
You can't go wrong with smoking.
Smoking it would be the best way to do it. Get yourself like a 16% or something low grade, and like get.
Is that what you do?
What, 16%?
Yeah.
No.
Get the good stuff.
28, 30.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a good like 22 to 27 range.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Like when I smoke, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get anything done.
Yeah, no, that's. For sure.
I want to know what happened. You know, why did 6 hours go by, and
See, you know what's funny is like
3 of ancient aliens.
So like I ask myself questions that everyone's like, "Do you smoke a lot?" Because I say like high thoughts. So I can only imagine like the shit I'm gonna be thinking, but I'm afraid of what my thoughts are gonna be thinking.
You got stoner vibes.
Do
You
I?
definitely got stoner vibes.
See,
sir.
people used to tell me that before, and I didn't know if that was like true. And
I
now they
was
hear it.
surprised when you didn't smoke.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are like. You don't smoke? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, you say a lot of dumb shit. Like, and I'm like, well, fuck. I'm just kind of retarded.
That's hilarious.
To me, it was the way you drank.
The way I drink,
Yeah, I was like, no way he doesn't smoke too. You know, like some
I'm
people
just a partier. I
are
just
such
drink.
social drinkers that it's like they
Yeah.
definitely smoke. But when you said no, I was like, what? I almost fired you.
I've been drinking forever, man.
I feel, you know what was funny when we first when we first started our network, we had like 13 hosts come in for like a team meeting.
Uh-huh.
And I swear every single one of them, I'd say 80% of them showed up high. And I was like,
And I'm over there sitting there like,
that's pretty cool.
what's going on? Why is
So
everyone
random.
chilling?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question because there's a lot of stuff going on, and before I see Mark doing this bullshit, recently the Iron Man called out the Lizard Man on Twitter talking about the fight. Did you see that? Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk in a cage fight.
Yes,
Did you see
okay.
that shit?
The
What do you
Lizard
think?
King.
Who do you got? Who do you got?
I love that. Who do I got? Oh man,
I want to go for Elon Musk because I fucking love Elon Musk because I think he's so fucking like, I think he's so funny.
yeah.
The way he trolls people on Twitter. Mark Zuckerberg, any Mark really is just fucking weird. So
See, the thing is, I haven't seen Mark Zuckerberg's nipples. I've seen Elon Musk's nipples.
hold on. What? Okay, explain to me how this fits into this.
Well,
Your
okay.
process here.
Really, like, I mean, when you're gauging somebody you want to fight, right? Like, are your nipples bigger than theirs? Are the areolas? Like,
I've never thought about that. And that
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. If he's got little nipples, like, just run. You know what I mean?
so is big nipples dangerous or small nipples
Big
dangerous?
nipples are dangerous.
Big nipples are
Big
dangerous.
nipples are dangerous, I'd say.
What do I have?
I got tiny nipples. I'm harmless. I'm harmless.
I think I'm.
Little
I don't know.
chocolate
I
chip
think my
nips.
nipples are kind of all right. I think I could be. I think I'm more intimidating. I've never thought to
you're not
look at nipples
intimidating.
though in a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Check out their
I do
nips.
get scared though. Like if I'm fighting something, like when I used to wrestle, I used to get scared like my opponent would have a boner. That's what I'd be afraid of.
Now you got to check the nips.
Yeah. Now that I know to look for the nipples, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to look at a fight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wonder what the odds on that are. Like, what's
They
the
haven't done
ratio of
those
wins to losses on that?
How big's their nipples?
Yeah.
Let's take that.
Vegas
into
is going to go
account.
crazy once we figure it out.
Dude,
I think you unlock something for
I think
betting
we
right
really
now.
did. Listen to it.
Broke the system.
Okay, well, who do you think has the bigger nipples, then Elon or Mark?
definitely.
Have you seen Elon's nipples? Because you said you hadn't seen
Yeah,
Mark's.
so I haven't seen Mark's because, like, I think there was pictures. I remember seeing pictures of Elon Musk, like swimming.
I seen those.
Yeah.
Okay, I know which nipples
So-
you're talking about.
Real
yeah.
top-heavy
yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, and like, you know, they're not as crazy as like Joe Rogan's, because Joe Rogan, like, you've seen
Yeah.
those too. Them things are long. Bro.
Yeah.
Length on them, man.
Yeah, they've been sucked.
So-
They've been sucked. Yeah.
Suckled upon.
yeah. Yeah.
That's how other
What are those
podcasts-
ring pops?
That's how those other podcasts come up. Is they suckle upon Joe Rogan's teeth.
There it is. There it is. Okay. I like that. You know what? You just taught me a new way of how to look in a fight. So if I ever box with you, I'll know if you're good. Because remember, you said me and you want to get in the ring and kind of go a few rounds. If your nipples are little, I'm winning that fight. I hope you know that.
If you play basketball and you're like, we're shirts, you're skins, right?
Uh-huh.
Because then you can see their nipples and they don't know your move. They don't know your next move.
This is fucking.
Wait. So is it they have to see them in order to, like, is it like an intimidation thing?
I guarantee it, man. You know what I mean? Like,
So like girls with big nipples, like you're fucking a girl and she has big nipples. Like you kind of got to be careful with that. Is that the same process?
shoot, I don't think I've ever banged a chick with big nips.
Because I feel like a girl with big nips is aggressive. I would feel like if we're going
more
off
wild,
of this.
definitely probably more wild. You know,
for sure.
like a little more freaky,
Like a gooch licker.
She a gooch licker.
Like a gooch
She a
licker.
freak.
Yeah.
Gooch licking, she'll reach around. She's got a long tongue too. Oh,
I know a girl. I'm pretty sure she probably has big nipples because I saw this girl on Facebook and like it was early in the morning. The first thing she posted was, "Yeah, like I'm good like that. Like I'll suck a gooch. Like I don't care." And that's like her first post of the day.
Wow.
So that's big nipple energy. Big nipple energy.
Woke up and chose violence.
Yeah, like I'm licking a gooch tonight. I'll fuck around and lick your gooch. I like that. I like that. Okay, so I have something I want to show you. Can I play it? What can I play it on?
You can just go ahead and do your phone for now.
We'll do it on here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I came across you get on TikTok, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I came across this guy, and he does suits. He like sells suits, and he's always talking about the person in the suit. Really weird. And I want to get your opinion on this. All right. I saved like 3 of them.
Is it the Indian dude?
I think so.
Young Chinese boys from everywhere scurry to me like maggots. They don't even want a suit. They just want to be on my TikTok. 2 buttons, Marzoni buttons, my ... hand, needle, and thread pick stitching on a narrow peak lapel. How old are you?
I'm 14.
Hence the hanger. Barchetta breast pocket with a curve and kick. There is the peak of my...
I went on a fucking deep dive of this dude's channel.
What does this mean?
And so he used to do it all the time. He talked like that, but he used to kind of grab them and show them. And I think he got called out for that. So then, because I used to see it all the time. And then I came back after a couple months later, and then I see he started using a hanger. And then that's why, so every time he brings on someone, he's like, young Chinese boy, hence the hanger. And he'll just be touching him. And he'll be like, look at that nice tight ass. Everything's right. Could you imagine you're getting a suit done and that guy giving you the suit is talking about you like that? I don't know whether to be complimented, aroused, or weirded out. Like, it's so wild to think.
Okay. So this is kind of like a fuck, marry, kill type deal.
I feel like that.
I would say I would be complimented first.
Right. But you're 14 now.
Well, then definitely aroused because there's
sense.
random boners.
Okay,
all the
see,
time.
we're
like,
on the same page.
You know,
then.
it's like, I don't know.
I'd be bricked up immediately. He said, handsome young Mexican kid. I'd be bricked up quick. I'm like, you really think so? Like, that's crazy. Usually my mom only says I'm handsome. I can't get bricked up for that. So like, you're telling me I'm handsome now? Like, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
And then probably get weirded out after I leave and kind of think about the whole situation, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to take you a while to process that. Like, I don't think in the moment I would actually
I feel like that's good trauma. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not bad trauma. I feel like that's like complimentary trauma. You
How
know?
is that guy not self-aware? You know, like I feel like
I think he is because look,
like
the
he
next
knows.
one,
Does he know what he's doing?
the next one, he's
Young Chinese boy.
Why?
How old are you? 17. 17. Need the hanger. Oh my God.
like, how do you get away with this shit? Like, oh, I need the hanger. Not old enough yet, or else I'd be grabbing your ass. Like, that is crazy. Like, oh my God, I'd be like, I'm going to get fitted here for a suit for my boy's wedding soon. Mm-hmm. I pray I get someone like that.
We gotta find that guy. Where's he at?
Yeah, that's got to be New York.
Yeah.
There's like no way that's not New York.
Yeah.
New York's just a fucking GTA
So
server.
like he failed as like a Catholic priest, right?
For sure.
And then couldn't get onto any
Honestly,
schools.
if he failed as a Catholic priest, like, then they've definitely made it high because you haven't lived life till you got flirted by a priest. But
Right.
keep going.
I know I have.
Yeah, I've been a server boy. All
That's
right.
not part of the process.
Like, you know, I've done my deed. You know, and it kind of made me mad because I know I talked about this before because I used to be a server boy too.
Mm-hmm.
None of the priests hit on me, and it kind of made me feel bad.
Man.
Because I always heard about kids getting touched by a priest, and I'm like, am I not good looking enough?
I'd have touched you.
Thank you.
I would have.
That means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I would have got, if he was a priest, he would have touched me. That's what I'm saying. See, I don't.
Takesies backsies.
See, like, and it always just upset me because I'm like, man, you know, like I see kids and they always have these cool stories, and I'm like, damn, I want character development. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't I get? Like I went to a gay bar one time with my friends, and both my friends got hit on, but I didn't. I also wasn't kind of dressed for the occasion, but still, I'm like, can I not? Am I not good enough to have a gay guy come up to me and buy me a drink? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it kind of pissed me off. Like, I get weird about shit like that. I get mad about that because I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
They need the style too. You need to have.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't really dressed for the occasion. They were. But I was like, I think I went in there with like sweats and a shirt. So I wasn't, they probably were like, oh, this dude's definitely straight. Like, he didn't come prepared. Yeah. You know, and it kind of pissed me off because I'm like, damn, you know, I want to be complimented. I want to feel good about myself. Yeah. And if I have to get it from a priest or I have to get it from a gay guy at a club, I mean, I don't know why I'm skipping over girls. But I mean, I'll get it from a girl, sure. But I mean, it feels good. It's kind of like a boost when you get it from someone who's not the opposite sex. You know what I mean?
Just not
those
the same.
nights, that's when you call your mother.
Yeah.
Call your mother and be like, Mom.
But my mom will be like, well, son, lose weight. You're a little
she's a realist.
Yeah. She's a realist. She understands. She gets why they don't come after me. She's like, well, Jake, lose weight, you know? Like, what do you want me to do? And it just pisses me off. You know what? 4th of July is coming up. How do you usually celebrate your 4th of July?
First thing in the morning, I take a picture of both my hands.
I get why.
Right?
Yeah.
So that, like, if I lose one, yeah, you can always remember.
Oh, you go big? You get the big scary stuff?
We love to get the morters. I like to get mortars, get about 5 or 6 people.
You're a home terrorist. I like that.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, we're homegrown, baby.
Yeah.
The North will rise again. When we do the mortars, man, and then 6 or 7 of us go down there, all light them at once, and then run. And then everybody else is watching. They're like, oh, woo. It's kind of cool.
That's dope. Like, my friend, he's a crackhead when it comes to fireworks because he'll grab like flour, he'll attach it to fucking M80s. He'll throw. I mean, he goes insane with it, and I'm just like, dude, I can't hang around you. I went to his house, and it looked like I felt like I was gonna have PTSD, like Vietnam PTSD.
Really?
Like, because his house, weeds were growing everywhere, so you saw. You know what I mean? So I felt like you're in the deep forest of the fucking Vietnam. You know what I mean? What's that one song they always play for the Vietnam shit?
What is it called?
Yeah. I heard that. Fucking, it was insane. You hear helicopters. A what?
CCR.
CCR. What's that?
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yep. Exactly that. And I mean, he went insane. They fucking lit off.
That's wild.
They were like shooting tannerite. I mean,
tannerite.
Yeah.
That's that stuff Joe Exotic was blowing up.
Yeah. That shit. That's how I knew when they talked about tannerite. I was like, hey, I got a friend who fucking does this shit too. Lock his ass up. What the hell?
All you had to say was tannerite, and I get it.
Yeah, I just can't go crazy on 4th of July no more, man.
Really?
I feel like I'm not being patriotic, but I saw a bald eagle this year, so I kind of already did my, you know what I mean?
I think the new like patriotism is being in debt, right?
That feels right.
Because the American dream, like, what's America doing? They're in debt.
You know what?
In massive debt. And so, you know what? I will be too.
Then I'm a patriot.
You're a big patriot.
I'm a big ass patriot. That's what I'm talking about. America will rise again. I like it.
I have a question real quick. Since, being a stoner, I feel like it's common.
Oh my God, get over it.
No, I feel like it's common that we're skeptics. If that makes sense.
Skeptics.
With anything. So like what's like your favorite conspiracy?
Oh.
Or one that you're knowledgeable about?
Oh man.
Antarctica's really
man, there's so many.
Yeah.
I like the hollow earth theory.
I've heard that one. That's the one where they just said there's like nothing in there.
No, there's a civilization inside.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Nazis. Yeah. The Nazis went down.
The Nazis apparently did fucking everything. In every conspiracy, it always goes back to the Nazis.
They created highways.
Yeah, I know. Like low key, like we can thank them for.
We can thank them for a lot of
the
things, but we
605.
don't. We sure don't.
There's some things you can thank Nazis for. I'm just kidding. Clip that.
My thing is like getting into like for instance, the Manhattan Project, right?
Yeah.
When America ended up, taking all of Nazis' scientists, they gathered all of them up.
I was just watching a video on that of like all of NASA. A lot of NASA is mostly like those.
It was
top
started by
scientists.
the
yeah. It was like majority Nazis. Like it's crazy.
And Walt Disney.
Like, don't do Disney, but yeah.
No, he was friends with Warner von Braun.
Yeah,
was he really?
He was like really involved in the NASA.
Yeah.
Started NASA.
Henry Ford was a friend of the Nazi Party before it was bad. So it's like
before it was bad.
Before it was bad. So
I was with it when it was cool.
They were
then they got all into the Jew shit. I was like, I'm a kid.
No, they were really praised until like 1933 probably.
Well, because the Nazi symbol, the swastika, it's like in other cultures, it's like a peace sign almost.
Yeah.
It's inverted. They inverted the swastika. So what the peace one is actually flip it over, and that's the peace one. Yeah, they made it their own thing. They were copycats. They have no original ideas.
You know what?
Hard to be original now.
Hear this. I can hear the guy like going off the Hitler like, all right, hear this out. We flip it. We flip it. Let's see. You like? It's good. It's good. And Hitler was like, you know what? Fuck it. Hitler was deep in the closet. I feel like that's a good conspiracy theory. He was deep in the closet.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's just high. He was high on all kinds
I think
of
he
drugs.
didn't die. I think he's still.
You don't think he died?
He's still alive to this day, probably.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do think he did. He may have escaped.
Aliens are my favorite conspircy topic.
That is a good one too.
I'd say.
Very popular one right now.
I've been really getting into because I rewatched that Bob Lazar one with Joe Rogan about how he worked at the facility by Area 51 and all the UFO shit coming around, and it's like, I always had this theory like the minute we talk to an alien, it just sounds like a Mexican.
Oh no!
I always felt like the minute we talk to an alien, it's just gonna be like, "What's up?"
They're gonna use like telepathy, or
think so?
isn't that what it's called? Where you talk to each other like
Telepath.
without words? Telepath.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I don't know what I'd do if I saw an alien. I want to know how long it would take for someone to be like, "All right, I want to fuck it." Like I want to see. That's the shit I think about. How long it'll take. Like me and my old co-host, we talked about how long it would take for someone to want to fuck AI. So I want to know how long it would take to want to fuck.
Didn't we already do that?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably already
Did we
happened.
already do that?
That's what I'm saying. It didn't take long. It didn't take long.
Right.
So when an alien comes in, and there's gonna be some thick ass aliens with their
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Either way, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Can I fuck that?
Yeah, literally. Like when they stormed Area 51, they're like, I want alien cheeks. Like they had signs, I'm here for alien cheeks. I want to clap alien cheeks. That's what I'm saying. And after that, it got me thinking, like, if aliens started like living amongst us, how long would it take for someone to be like, I want to, like immediately, like someone's already thinking, I want to be the first one to screw an alien.
Like, I feel like it's already happened.
I can see where you guys think I'm a stoner, but
no, but like the aliens.
You think
like,
someone's already clapped cheeks
for
with an alien?
sure?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man, aliens are banging us left and right. Like there's a bunch of like stories of like them coming up and then like really mostly what they're doing is like jerking you off and.
That'd be tight. That's a story though.
That'd be tight.
That's a story though. Like, okay, like you're sitting around with your boys. What's the weirdest sex experience? Guys aren't gonna believe me. But one night when I was outside on my porch, a fucking beam of light came out of the sky. And next thing you know, I was getting jerked off. 6 tentacles on my dick. I don't know how because I'm like this. You know what I mean? It was weird.
They made it work.
Yeah, they made it. They made it fucking work. Being jerked off by an alien, that's got to be like top 5 things.
Guaranteed. I'd say.
Guaranteed.
Depending on which one it is. Like, is it the reptilians? Is it the short grays?
I bet the aliens that visit us aren't even the
whites?
ones we've thought about. The what? The tall whites?
There's tall whites.
There's different species.
There's a couple different species.
Some are older, some are new.
I also do wonder how long it would take us to be racist towards the aliens.
Oh.
Instant, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you look there.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Like the response we have to alien crashes and stuff like that, you know? I think it's
It gets racist really quick.
Have you heard about Operation Bluebeam?
Blue beam? Probably not. I don't.
It's
think so.
it's like they're
This dude's
Pretty-
big on conspiracy.
pretty
theories.
much the government would have a mass alien invasion. That's all like holograms, basically. Like they're gonna fake a mass alien invasion to usher in the one world government and all
Oh,
that.
got you.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Is it weird? Sometimes I kind of want to see that, a one world government. I'm kind of like in my Anakin phase.
I don't know. It's just gonna be weird because like it's not even. I don't think it'll be like giving up like rights or anything, but it's just gonna be different regulations. There's gonna be like social credit score probably. You're gonna have to be a really good person all the time. So like
That's no fun.
yeah, I don't know.
Can't be a shitbag.
Yeah, like they say with the central coin that they want to do because like the dollar's going to shit. They're trying to make it to where like every single transaction you do is recorded.
Like
Seems like-
cashless.
Yeah, if
Seems
we
like
don't
a
cash.
movie idea. I don't know if that would be
Black
true.
Mirror, go watch it. They put it all in plain
Oh,
sight.
motherfucker, you're just quoting a TV show.
No. That's just China's already doing the social credit score.
Well, China been on some shit lately.
Oh
so.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they have every camera in the city that will pick up who the fuck you are, and it'll have your social credit score next to it. And like
Really?
it's the same as like our credit score kind of. It's like 400 to
China's so
600.
fucking aggressive sometimes with some
We're
shit.
just
I don't know.
capitalists.
Yeah, I don't.
Our score depends on how much money we spend and how much
Yeah.
money we pay back.
Debt to credit ratio or whatever.
It's fucking.
Yeah, we're fucked though. Aliens are coming soon.
Somebody's coming. They're either that or they're already here. You know.
And then maybe they're getting ready to correct us.
Yeah,
They say we're due for another fucking world impacted thing. Like,
like an asteroid or
yeah, they say we're like pretty due for that because that's why they say there's like back in the day, like all these civilizations before us, like they were probably advanced or they were probably like at where we're at. But then once some devastation happened, they got sent back to the Stone Age, and it's happened like multiple times. So that's why they say we're due for one.
See, I watched the ancient alien things and like they talk about ages and stuff. And it's like most of the stuff we found is like 26,000 years ago. And like an age, I think that's how long an age is as far as like, because you know how they switched over like when the AD, BC type
Yeah.
thing, when Jesus came over, it was like the age of, now we're in the age of Pisces. I think it
Yeah,
is.
they go off the astrology shit.
Yeah, astrology. So a lot of it
Oh, really? I
and
didn't
then
know
it's
that.
like
Religion,
silver,
know
gold.
is based
Bronze
off
Age.
of like astrology, like
No
stories.
shit, I didn't know that.
So if you take Jesus, you know, he died, right?
Right.
Died on December 25th. Well, the sun
He's a
is
Sag.
the sun is at
so-
the lowest. He's a Sag. Not your death day. It's your birthday.
Oh, well, technically.
Wait, isn't he a Taurus on Easter?
Oh, no.
No. Or I guess it'd have to be
No,
9
Easter's
months
when
before.
he died. So they say he was born
Well,
in
they
December.
say his death date.
They
really
say he was
wasn't
born.
even-
We celebrate his birthday in December, but he was really born.
Oh,
in
that is his
Yeah,
birthday.
his birthday. Well,
his
yeah, but
birthday
they
is
say
in-
that's not even his birthday, really.
Yeah, they
No.
say it was like in like
So
summertime or something.
The whole story is the sun
He's
is
a
at
Sag
its
in my eyes.
lowest point on the 25th. For 3 days, it stays at that point, and then it rises on that 4th day. So when he dies, he gets crucified, blah, blah, blah. He's in that cave for 3 days. Well, they check on him. He's gone. Well, he's risen. So basically, the son of God, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's the sun.
Yeah,
It's the stories of the sun.
pagan.
And then the 12 disciples are the 12, like the 12 months or 12
Holy shit!
ages.
I've never heard
And
this.
When you look through religion, most religions, like they have a Messiah. They all have a Messiah. That's
Yeah.
all. In most of the stories, they all have a great flood story. And even like,
A virgin mother.
yeah, some virgin. Yeah. So there's a lot of similarities. So it's like, they're a copy of a copy of a copy on how ancient people ended up like figuring out how to make it all make sense to them.
That's correct. Because I've always heard of like the different stuff like that, like with the floods, for example. Like every ancient thing talks about a major flood and all
Yeah.
that shit. So, but now when you explain it like that, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm about to get you back on, and we're gonna talk conspiracies.
Dude, they talk prehistory, like ancient aliens talk prehistory. And so before we started recording, like something dramatic happened before like what we know is recording. Because there's stuff that dates back before that, right? And so like I truly think that like the earth, like it's gonna take care of us.
Yeah.
It's either going to take care of us or take care of us. You know what I mean?
Well, wait, it's doing something.
It's going to do something. There's
That's why,
no way.
that's why you don't litter, fuckers.
And I think I believe there's global warming. I do think that the weather's changing because it's not the same as when I was a kid.
Fuck, you're
You know what I
telling
mean?
me.
So,
Yeah.
but like, do I think that we caused it?
No.
Maybe not. Like, isn't that really like when we look at it, we're really
Or ants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are we just like, do we think we're so important because we used to be the center of the universe? You know that like it's us that are actually going to destroy the earth? No,
To me, it's an autocorrect.
dude, it's an autocorrect. Yeah,
Saying,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's
Earth
like
is due for another big ass reset catastrophe.
they say, like every 26,000 years or so, the tilt dramatically changes. Some of them say it happens over 26,000 years, but some of them say that with the Great Flood, like if it tilted dramatically, and that's why there's stories of the Great Flood, because with it turning, the water swished around or something.
We're due for something. We're due
Are
for
you
cleaning.
globe or flat?
Globe. No
God.
flat.
I was about to say we might have to delete
get
this
behind
video.
the flat earthers. They're just like, I don't know.
You know, they keep doing themselves dirty. They keep proving themselves wrong. They always prove themselves wrong. That's all I ever see. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate this.
Dude, this was
fun.
great.
Yeah, this was fun.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that for real. I hope to see more shows with you. Oh, do you have any shows or anything you want to plug? Socials, shows, anything.
Oh man, I'll just I'll post my shows on Instagram. You can find me on there, Mick Fried Rice, and then on Facebook, Mick Rice Hall, YouTube Entertainment with Mick.
There
So,
it is.
and I'll
Mick,
post my
Mick,
shows
and Mick.
regularly. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, thank you for coming on. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. This was fun. I had a good time. I'm glad we got a little conspiracy, and I'm glad you guys got me wanting to get back to my roots of getting touched by priests and getting in the weed again. So I'm really excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for you.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot, really.
Hope you meet a nice priest.
Huh?
No,
They're always
go ahead.
nice.
You're
They're
good.
always nice. Anyway, thank you, Isai, for being a part of the show. You mean so much to me, for real. I love your big head. Was that gay?
That was a little on the edge. You're
Mark,
good.
thank you for not being on the mic today. Thank God. If anyone needs to get wiped, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, this has been the Heavy Breathing Podcast. Thanks for watching. Remember, we're here at Ernie's Cigar Lounge and Oak Street Cafe. Come check them out. Anyways, adios, bitches.